Welcome. Today is Tuesday, December the 13th, 2022. It is a 1 o'clock start time for the Board of County Commissioners work session. Today I'm calling a special meeting for the purposes of our resolution of the Board of County Commissioners concerned with the adoption of the budget and appropriation of funds for fiscal year 2023, and a resolution levying general property taxes for the year 2022 to help defray the costs of governments for Pitkin County, Colorado, and its special districts for the fiscal year 2023. And we have Greg Postman is here in the room with me. And Francie, thank you for being here. I hope you're feeling better. Yeah.
Not feeling better, but thank you.
Oh, no. Well, we're glad. Thank you so much for being here. Kelly McNicholas Curry and Steve Child are attending the Colorado Counties Inc. Winter Conference in Jefferson County, I believe. As is our county manager. And we have Phyllis Mattice here, who is representing the county manager's office to help us get through today's meeting. So I'm going to turn it over to Connie Baker, who is the county budget director. Thank you, Connie.
Yes, good afternoon. The 2023 Pitkin County budget that is before you today is just shy of $189 million. And it includes the budgets for 26 different county funds. It provides quite an array of services to Pitkin County citizens, everything from the library and child welfare protective services and healthy rivers and open space and on, far more than we could mention today. The proposed budget has some significant investments in a number of projects in transit through the elected officials transportation committee, in road maintenance projects for county roads, and then in employee housing, just three of the larger areas that are included in the budget. The budget uses conservative revenue estimates, and this helps the board be confident that we're able to sustain these services in the budget over an extended period of time. The budget provides for healthy fund balances for all county funds, which total just under $100 million, and that's 61% of operational expenditures. So it leaves the county in a good fiscal position. The Home Rule Charter requires that we present a balanced 5-year plan for the general fund, and we have done that. The average annual operating surplus for the general fund is $105,868 over the 5 years. And we've also presented 5-year plans for all of the county's funds, at least all of the major ones, except for a few minor little ones. The budget resolution that is before you includes transfers between funds in the appropriations. And so the total with transfers included is $205.5 million. Before you is also the resolution to certify county mill levies for the 10 different funds in the county that have property tax. 2022 is not a revaluation year, so the property valuations actually decreased just slightly by 0.44%. This means that funds with a fixed mill levy, like open space and trails, actually see a slight decrease in property tax for 2023. Most other county funds are under the Taxpayers' Bill of Rights, and so normally we are limited each year by growth plus inflation for the amount that property tax can go up. However, this year, for the first time that I can remember, we have instead been capped by the 5.5% statutory limit on the annual increase in property tax. So we cannot go up any higher than 5.5% in a year. The total property tax for all county funds is $36.67 million. Does the board have questions on the budget resolution or the mill levy certification?
Steve, thank you for joining us. It's good to see you. And does the board have any questions for Connie before I open the public hearings? Okay, today is a second reading. We have public hearings on both items on today's agenda. If there's any members of the public in the room, which there are not, if there's any members of the public online, that wish to comment on today's items? Seeing none, I'll give the public a minute. If anybody would like to come on, it would be *9 to raise your hand and *6 to unmute. I'll give everybody a few minutes. And Connie, there are no changes from the budget and the mill levy issues that were presented to us last?
First reading, no changes.
Thank you. Okay, I'm seeing no public comment. I'm going to close the public hearing. Bring it back to the board for comments. Steve, please.
Yeah, sorry, I'm getting an echo here.
We can hear you just fine.
Okay. Let's see, sorry I'm a little bit late getting on. I was just having trouble logging in for some reason today, but I made it. And I did stay home from CCI because I just have too many symptoms that I didn't want to pass on to anybody else. So that's why I'm at home. So let's see, just a general comment about the budget. To me, I actually enjoy the budget process because it allows us to see all the different things that the county is doing every year, all the different departments. In our whole budget process, we get a rundown of what all the different departments are doing and all the services that the county is providing to the public. So it's kind of a tedious process, but to me it is it's very always educational and enlightening, and they're just a reminder of the good that we do as Picken County for our citizens here. So I would like to make a motion if we're ready for a motion.
Yeah, we can take a motion and then entertain more comments, Steve, if you'd like. We'll do each
Okay.
one separately.
So I'll make a motion to approve a resolution of the board concerned with the adoption of budget and appropriation of funds for fiscal year 2023.
I'll second that.
I have a motion, I have a second. Any other comments from the board? Greg, please.
Sure, yeah, thanks, Steve, for those comments. That was thoughtful. I was looking at this, going through this process with Connie and realizing that coming out of COVID and the fallout or the repercussions of COVID are going to be with us for a while. And some of that might be manifested in what people think was a recession looming. And I think it's especially important and hard to pay attention to our budget in those times. And I think you've done a great job, you and your department, trying to pay attention to what's happening, and then with Ann Driggers and Liz, keeping us on track and trying to look into the crystal ball to see what's coming. Especially, it seems more difficult these days than it was pre-COVID. Maybe there's always uncertainty, but this time it just seemed like it was causing real wild deviations in expectations, at least, if nothing else, and certainly economic indicators. So my hat's off to you. It's, as Steve says, it's fascinating. I wish I could easily dive into it and understand every nuance, and I certainly try, but there's so much there that that might be impossible, certainly for me. So anyway, that's my comment. Thank you very much.
Francie, is there anything you'd like to add?
No, I can't really talk right now. I'm having a little coughing fit.
Oh,
But
Francie,
thank
I'm
you
so
to
sorry.
everybody.
So sorry. Well, I'll make a comment that I think this is my 20th budget, so I'm learning to understand it more and more. I really appreciate staff's efforts. And again, for the public to know, the $180 million is a lot, but we have a lot of special projects that we are funding this year because we have the opportunity to fund them. Some of them are placeholders. We're hoping that the cost of construction, supply, availability, et cetera, will be coming down in this next year or so, and we'll actually be able to complete these projects that we've been hoping to complete over the past couple years, but either had no one bid on them or the bids came in doubled the budget. So I think everyone in the community is understanding that it's in trying to do even simple home improvement projects. So, I think the public needs to be reassured and don't, see that number and go, oh my God. It's been well thought out, and a lot of it is placeholders, and we'll just see where the economy takes us in the next year or two. And as far as new FTEs, we went through that, thank you very much, with a fine-tooth comb. And that's always a tough one for me, as I said at first reading. I'm researching the current health trends around our region, around our state, our country, and the world. The rise in transmittable diseases based on the outcome of being so clean during the pandemic is causing us to see more flu cases and RSV and strep throat and things we saw in the past, but at minor levels, because people have been so protected. So I think it's wise to keep an epidemiologist in public health to help us guide our way through these changes in the health environment. So I'm supporting that. I want that to be clear, which I gave some great thought to. So I have a motion and I have a second on the table. Yeah, Greg.
Can I add on to your
certainly
comment
may.
about COVID? And this is just from the CDC, and this was shared with our Board of Health member, Dr. Tom Kurt, who is an infectious disease specialist and epidemiologist and veteran of public health for many, many years. And this is from The Hill. Yesterday reports that the CDC is urging Americans to wear masks indoors as the triple-demic, as it's called now, of influenza, RSV, and COVID-19 continue to spread. That says almost 14% of Americans now live in communities now rated high for COVID-19 levels, up from 5% last week, so it's growing rapidly. 38% of Americans are in medium areas, while 50% are in low risk areas. They think the holiday season is going to put a significant strain on the U.S. healthcare system if people don't take precautions. And then the CDC is recommending special flu shots for those 65 and older. There's an extensive review of evidence on how well the different kinds of flu vaccines work for older people. So this would be the time to get your boosters and your updates. Thanks.
Great, thank you, Greg.
On the budget note.
Yeah, I am, so thank God our economics for Pickens County are healthy. So, and we appreciate that. So I'm going to call the question. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Greg?
Aye.
Motion passes 4-0. Now I need a motion to approve a resolution levying general property taxes for the year 2022 to help defray the costs of government for Pickens County, Colorado, and its special districts for fiscal year 2023.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion in 2 seconds. Any comments on this item on our agenda? Just one quick, Connie, can you just briefly for the public who may tune into this at some point, if they're not watching now, as to the board's ability in future years with what we're going to be expecting with property values for the reassessment and how the board can look at mill levies?
Yes, every year we do state within our mill levy resolution if we are taking a credit against the mill levy. And by taking a credit against the mill levy, we're able to protect the original mill levy, the authorization of that, but then still comply with the taxpayer's Bill of Rights or other limitations on how much property tax we can collect. So the board has the option that if property values were to increase by a large amount for some funds, especially where there's a fixed mill levy, that the board could take an additional credit against those mill levies and reduce the amount that the county collects if the board so wishes.
And that's a temporary basis so that we're still in compliance with the taxpayer Bill of Rights.
Right, and by doing a temporary mill levy credit and showing that both in the resolution and on the property tax bills that people receive, we maintain the validity of that original mill levy so that we can go back up to that as circumstances change.
Great, thank you. I just want the taxpayers to know that we're expecting to see some substantial increases in property values when we do the property value reassessment this coming year, and the board is understanding of that, and we'll take that into consideration with next year's budget. Thank you. All right, I have a motion, and I have a second on the table. I'm going to call the question. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Motion passes 4-0. Thank you. Thank you, Connie.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate all your hard work. And now, tomorrow you're starting on the budget for 2023, or are you going to take a break?
Take a day off.
Not quite.
Thank you. You
Thank
put
you.
in so much time, and we appreciate all the efforts of every department and every employee in Pickens County in helping to get this budget through. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, so we have a couple quick items on our agenda. We have future agendas. Does the board have anything they would like to put out for future agendas? Francie, you will see that I canceled the agenda meetings, at least we haven't decided on the 29th of this month. I may just come in that day to fine tune what's gonna be moving forward for the first part of January. But right
Well,
now,
let me know if you, I'll come in too if you want me to.
Okay.
Just let me know.
all right, yeah, so I'll just keep you in the loop on that. There's
We're not
just,
meeting this week, right?
no, we're not meeting this week.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got everything set up, because I'm in the office, I have addressed things at the executive sessions. We will have an executive session on the 3rd.
Is that the next exec session?
Yeah, it's a next work session meeting. We'll have it, to discuss some items. I'm working that out with, the county attorney's office right now.
Great.
So, Phyllis, did you have anything?
I do not have anything that was in there.
Great. Does the board have anything they would like to bring up for open discussion? Steve, please.
The Snowmass Capitol Creek Caucus at their meeting tonight is going to be having a presentation by one of our residents about the Dark Skies Initiative, which is, I think, spread all over the world, but there are some areas in Colorado that have been designated as dark skies. One being Wet Valley down in, I think it's Custer County, I believe. And so I think at some point the caucus might be bringing this forward to the county to see if we wanted to have more parts of the county participate in this. Right now the caucus is just looking at Snowmass and Capitol Creek, but it's something that could expand to more areas of the county or of the valley. So I'll keep you posted on that, and I'm sure the caucus probably will be reaching out to the commissioners at some time about this.
Yeah, thanks, Steve. But I thought we already were designated a dark skies.
We've had a presentation on it. That's what
I
I was
think
gonna.
when Dorothea
Yeah.
Ferris was on the board,
Yeah,
we
we-
may have already
We
declared
did
that.
talk about it, yeah.
Yeah, let's
Well, we
find out
had
from
a-
staff
like
where
a
that.
one-day thing.
What's that, Francie?
We had a one night, remember the high school came to us or something, and we did a one night dark sky thing where all the lights went off. at
Yeah,
a
but
certain time,
I think this
I don't
goes
think
way
it
back when
was really-
Dorothea was on the board. So if we can follow up with staff, I don't even know where to begin. Maybe we call Dorothea. I thought we had already moved that forward when we did our environmental bill of rights. But let's just follow up and see. We may be ahead of the curve, Steve, and maybe not. Craig, did you want to add?
Well, only that I'd support looking into it and picking up where we left off.
Yeah. So, anything else from the board? I don't know if we will, oh no, we see each other next week, the 20th and the 21st. So, and we will have, Francie, we'll see how you're feeling on the 21st. I know Kelly won't be here, but we'll just play it by ear, just kind of keep you in the loop, guys, because I want to make sure we have quorums for both the work session on the 20th and the regular meeting on the 21st.
I'm definitely gonna be better by next week.
Okay, I
No
like that
question about it.
attitude, Francie. Yeah,
I'll
Hope
be
so,
at-
Francie.
I'll be at the meeting on the 20th, but remember, not on the 21st.
okay, we've got that down, and Kelly was undecided on the 21st.
Gotcha.
But we're keeping her down as not being here, and if she comes, that's a bonus. All right, anything else? Be careful out there, guys, it's slippery, and I think we're expecting more snow, right, Greg?
I think through tonight, and then I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Or maybe through Friday.
Okay. All right, guys, thank you very much, and I need a motion to, first of all, we need to adjourn this special meeting.
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
And all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. So
Aye.
we have adjourned the special meeting, and then I can just close our work session, and We will not be meeting tomorrow. We'll be meeting next Tuesday. So thanks, guys. Be safe out there.
Okay,
And thank you,
Short
grassroots and
meeting
staff.
today.
Thanks.
That was quick.